Good evening, dear Kuwait television viewers, and welcome to another new episode of your weekly program, Kuwait in 30 Minutes. The English News and Political Programs Department has prepared a variety of reports that highlight the main events that have recently taken place across Kuwait. Our committed team of reporters is constantly engaged in numerous events with the objective of keeping you, dear viewers, aware of the latest information, regulations, and policies. Our aim is to help you obtain information on the latest developments at the local scene. So stay tuned for more coming your way this evening. Dear viewers, thank you once again for joining us with your favorite show, Kuwait in 30 Minutes. With us in this episode is a special guest who spent her life playing, working, and designing, all about architects. On your behalf, dear viewers, we welcome architect Fajr Al Hindi. Welcome to the show, Fajr.
Thank you for having me here.
It's our pleasure. Dear viewers, let us watch this report that sheds light on some important architect issues organized by the AIA of Kuwait. Then we will be back with more with our guest. The American Institute of Architects Kuwait branch organized a forum titled The Sustainable Compound, the Sum of Ecological and Economical Living. The lecture discussed various issues important to the architecture and environment and relations. Here is more on the event in this report by Salim Al-Kandari.
The American Institute of Architects Kuwait branch organized a forum titled The Sustainable Compound, the Sum of Ecological and Economical Living, which was presented by Pascal Van Leer. The lecture discussed various issues important to the architecture and environment and relations. Discussions also included the issues of the challenges between economy while preserving natural resources that are encountered in most of the countries. However, only some countries are taking this subject into consideration and legislating rules and regulations to have a better sustainable outcome for the present and future generations. The presented course discussed the pillars of sustainability by presenting a pilot project in Belgium. Attendees of the presentation had a better understanding of the advantages and benefit of sustainable design and planning. Discussions included also issues that are considered essential in sustainable planning and shed light on the advantages and benefits of sustainable design. For Kuwait in 30 Minutes, this is Salim Al-Kandari reporting.
Dear viewers, thank you for joining us once again in this show, Kuwait in 30 Minutes. Architect Fajr Al Hindi, welcome again to the show. It's our pleasure. Can you tell us more details about the event that we have just seen in this report? What the discussions about? What about the audience? Were they engaged in the discussions, or can you give us more details?
Basically, what we started with is the presenter from Belgium, which has a pilot project which is called the Sustainable Compound. And the idea was to bring that idea into Kuwait. That's why we followed this presentation with a discussion with varieties of different backgrounds, presenters. We had a presenter from Kuwait Society of Engineers. We had another presenter from the UN Habitat. We also had Kuwait Association of Water, the Supreme Council of Planning and Development, and of course we had the Authority of Housing and Welfare.
Yes, it looks like a very busy and very important event.
Indeed. We also had varieties of audience, different backgrounds. We had architects, other engineers from firms, contractors. We also had people from, we had students, we had from teachers. It was varieties, which was
different
the
backgrounds.
whole point, actually,
yes.
because we're trying to spread the awareness of the meaning of sustainable projects or buildings, or another words of saying it is really green buildings.
Yeah.
And it seems that Belgium been working on this for the last 20 years. And after the 20 years that's of spreading the awareness and doing all that, they got to the point where they started having rules and regulations about sustainability. And still, like, even though they have different rules and they're proceeding with their mission of sustainable projects and buildings, they still spread the awareness by having this presentation that we had last time is being presented in different cities and areas in Belgium every month.
Yeah.
So the whole point that the reason I'm trying to explain this is because they're still spreading the awareness in a way where they're not limiting themselves where we just finished the regulations and that's it. No, it needs more than that.
Yes.
It's about the society and the interaction, which we kind of had during the event. It was great, especially when we get to the panel discussion. People were thirsty to know more about it and to understand the meaning behind it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that this was an interesting and successful event also.
Indeed.
What about the American Institute of Architects? Give us more details about it.
The American Institute of Architects has been established in 1857 in the States, in Washington, D.C. And we have different branches all around the world. Like we have international branches, or chapters rather. We have one in the Middle East, which we represent as the Kuwait representative, which is myself. We also have different representatives around the MENA region, the Middle East chapter. We also have other 5 chapters worldwide. We have one in the UK, another one in Europe, and Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Japan.
Wow.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Yes. The whole point, if I zoom into the Middle East chapter, we were established in 2010. And the whole point behind bringing the AIA into this region is to spread the AIA, of course, and besides to bring together the AIA, the regional architects, and the government authorities of the Middle East together on one table. Because at the end, especially in the GCC, for example, we have different American firms. So it's good to put them all together.
All together, right. So being organizing such an event, what are the challenges that we here in Kuwait or in the Gulf region in general we face in this field?
Well, if we want to zoom into Kuwait, I'd rather than defining the word sustainability or sustainable buildings, I want to say the reason behind having them. It's to resolve a challenge that we have. Kuwait, for example, is the first country in energy consumption. Kuwait is the 3rd in water consumption. Like per capita, in Kuwait it's 500 liters, and world the standard is supposed to be 200. So
more
we're
than
trying
double.
to we're trying to adjust it to the standard.
So
by having such projects and doing them to really resolve these challenges.
Yes.
Whether it's in Kuwait or in the area, because at the end we're a desert. We're not like Europe.
Right.
I mean, for them probably, going back to the Belgium example, the main reason they probably started that is, first of all, they don't have oil, and second of all is because they're limited with the land. And recently Kuwait has been signing different agreements with the United Nations on regarding the actions of what's going on with the global warming and the climate change danger, the danger behind it.
Right.
So we had one in 2015, which is the Paris Agreement. We had another one in 2016 in New York, another in 2016 in Marrakesh. So Kuwait has been already taking the action of being involved with the United Nations to resolve such problems. So we need to start putting our feet in and starting to do something more than
interesting. What about the upcoming events of the institute? Are we should expect more events to come?
Well, as far as Kuwait, I mean, after for sure Ramadan and summer we'll have something. But as an overall reason, as the Middle East chapter, we're not limited to Kuwait. We're based in Abu Dhabi as the board, and we have all our different representatives, which we have in Bahrain, Jordan, Egypt, Lebanon, we have in Qatar, and we have in Oman. And we're trying to have more country representatives to have more events and things to do with the AIA and things to do with such events that we've just did in Kuwait as well.
So, do you have any final word or any advice you want to share with our audience tonight in the show?
Well, as far as architects would like to have more members, of course, to assist us to spread our awareness and our mission as the AIA and as architects. And as far as the overall audience, of course, like the whole point of this event was to assist us have better sustainable development. And the bottom line of the sustainable development is really environmental stewardship, economic growth, and social progress. So we cannot do it without the society. And by spreading the awareness and putting our hands together is when we get the word crossed and having better sustainable development.
Yeah. So we can consider this as a call for our architects to join the American Institute for Architects.
And everyone.
Everyone, of course.
Yes.
Architect Fajr Al-Hindi, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to have this interesting interview with you, and we were looking forward to have you once again.
Of course.
Soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Dear viewers, stay tuned for more reports coming your way on Kuwait in 30 minutes. The annual Islamic book exhibition recently kicked off at Mishrif Fairgrounds with numerous exhibitors displaying a variety of Islamic books, including books that discuss the history of Islam, the teachings of Islam, and stories about Islam. The exhibition attracts many visitors who are keen to learn more about Islam through the literary works. Our reporter Ghinwa Jabouri has more.
The Islamic Book Fair, which is currently taking place at Mishrif Fairgrounds under the patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed Al Abdullah Al Sobah, Minister of State for Cabinet Affairs and Acting Information Minister, is attracting a large audience who are keen to further their understanding of Islam. Individuals attending the Mishrif Islamic Book Fair are certainly keen to learn more about their history and religion through the enlightening approach of reading.
It's one of the best exhibitions in Kuwait. I liked it a lot. I learned a lot from this exhibition. It teaches a lot about Islamic stuff and helping the other people in the society. And its main purpose of this exhibition is teaching the teenagers how to study for the how to study the Islamic stuffs and learning about Islam.
Moreover, the Islamic book exhibition is aimed at encouraging and promoting interest in the book industry while attracting the public and media's attention to new and revised titles.
It's still good, but nowadays the technology has been upgraded, and now every person has his own mobile on him, so he can learn everything from the mobile, from Google and from his social media. It's the old way to study from the learning from books. Over the new ways is from social medias and all mobiles and technology. So I don't think that books, still there are a lot of people who read.
The Islamic book exhibition is an excellent opportunity for people to meet through common ground, and it offers an ideal platform for exhibitors to display new titles and updated versions of Islamic journals and Islamic culture. Today's book fair reaches out to people in the most encouraging and inspiring way. From the Mishrif Fairgrounds, I'm Ghinwa Jabouri, reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
Pakistan Awami Society of Kuwait organized a glorious program under the name of Salam Pakistan, recalling the Lahore Declaration, which is celebrated as Pakistan Day. The offsprings of the great leaders as like Munib Iqbal, Sayyid Asadullah, Farhad Ali Khan, Raja Asad Ali Khan, Dr. Rafiq addressed the program, wherein the school students presented the tableaus. Here is more on the event in this report by Salim Al-Kandari.
Pakistan Awami Society of Kuwait celebrated Pakistan Day with the title Salam Pakistan in the remembrance of the Lahore Declaration, which was attended by various groups and nationalities. Dr. Omar Javid, the Community Welfare Attaché, Pakistan Embassy, addressed the attendees on the importance of unity and social coherence, while Advocate Ja'far Samadani, the President of Pakistani Awami Society, thanked all and addressed recalling the day when the foundations were being raised for a new country according to Islam after the state of Medina, while making comparison with others and gave the message for awareness and consciousness.
23rd March, we are celebrating the occasion of 23rd March to celebrate the creation of Pakistan. A resolution was passed in Lahore on this occasion under the leadership of Qaeda-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. A resolution was passed to take the independence from British rule. And in the span of 7 years, on the 14th August 1947, the state of Pakistan was created, as it was the second state after Medina, which was created in La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And